Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so in the last video, we took a very brief introduction to HTML, and we saw that it is basically the building block of all the content you see on the web. That's what HTML is. That's the role that HTML plays. Um, so let's see how we actually use HTML. So the basic syntax of HTML, first of all, when you are um, browsing content on the web, at a particular point in time, you are on a particular web page. Now, a web page is basically an HTML document, right? And just like the one you are viewing right now, you're probably on YouTube, and then you are viewing this particular page where you're watching this video. So think of this as basically an HTML document. And this HTML document contains text such as the description of the video or the title of the video. It contains media such as images, maybe the logo of this channel. It contains links. Yeah, there are other videos on this page that you could click a link to view, or an ad. And then there are other resources like the video you're actually watching. So that's a web page. Under the hood, it's basically an HTML document. Now, this document has a definite structure, and that structure is very important. And I mean that's like the most important thing to remember about HTML. And we're going to see that structure in more details in subsequent slides. Now, something else to note about HTML document is they are written in files, and that file has a .html extension. We're going to get into all that, and then you see it in action. Now, inside the HTML file or HTML document, we have something called tags, which is basically the building blocks of the HTML document. And again, we're going to see tags in action in subsequent slides. Okay, so let's look at the structure. Now, I said structure is very important when it comes to HTML. Now, I mean, when you're viewing a web page, you're seeing text, you're seeing videos, you're seeing beautiful colors and backgrounds and images and maybe sliders, animations and all that. Remember I said under the hood, it's basically an HTML document. And this is what that HTML document looks like. Now, there is a top level element. Yeah, I just introduced a new word, element. I'm going to explain what that means in subsequent slide. So there's a top level element here, and that element is HTML. We call it the root element. Now, inside the root element, we have two elements, and it is the head and the body. Now, the head is the part of the web page that shows up at the top of your browser, right? That is the head. When you open a browser, like where you type like the title, where the title of the web page appears, that is the head. So you have the title, and then you have other things that can also go inside the head, like some meta tags. Don't worry about that if you don't know what it means. We're going to get into that. And then you have the body. Now, the body is what you actually see displayed on the web page. That's the body of the page, right? So this is the basic structure of an HTML document. So at the topmost level, you have the HTML element, which is the root element, and then you have the head, which contains the body and some other meta tags. And then you have the head, which contains the title and other meta tags. And then you have the body, which contains all the content that you see on the web page, such as the head, the paragraphs, the list, the tables, and all that. We're going to get into all that. So, but what is important is that you remember this structure at this moment. So I'll see you in the next video.